Hello YouTube, Drew here. Today I am going to show you how to change your old laptop or computer or MacBook into a Chromebook. Why would you do that? Well, if your computer's old like mine, or if it has a bad hard drive, super slow, this will be a great option. Costs nothing besides the cost of a SD stick. And then it takes a while to download the software onto there. The software is 100% free. It'll turn your computer into a Chromebook, and it'll work fast, like you have a brand new computer running on Chrome OS. So this video is going to be a little lengthy. Excuse me. I'm going to start from scratch, starting my computer up, getting the internet, showing you how long it takes being in the Windows system, showing you how to download this software onto an SD stick, and then booting from an SD stick. Show you how to change that setting. That's literally the only setting you have to change on your computer, is how it boots, and it's super simple. Anyone can do it. And then I'm going to show you how it looks whenever you start up in Chromebook on your Windows or Mac computer. So here we go. Alright, I pushed the power. I had to hard boot it off. That's why I held down for a little bit, because it never completely shut off from last time. It's going to start through Windows. We're at 11:03 right now. Again, I'm going to let this go through the whole thing. I'm not going to edit the video because I want you to see how long it actually takes versus how long it takes on a Chromebook. This computer is, I got it in 2009. It has a build from 2007 on it. It came out with a Windows 7 on it, and I updated it several years ago to Windows 10. It still works pretty good for the most part, but it is a lot slower versus a brand new computer or a Chromebook. And I had recently just threw away a computer because it was several years old. The hard drive was bad, and you know, the computer guys are going to tell you either replace the hard drive or get a new computer, and the hard drive was worth more than the computer it was. And then I stumbled across this way of turning a computer into a Chromebook using an SD stick. I tried it. It made mine so much faster because it's not running off of the junk inside the computer anymore that's slowing it down. It's literally running off an SD stick only. I helped a friend of mine out with their computer that had a bad hard drive, gave them one of these SD sticks with the software on it, booted it from it, and computer works fine. There are a few computers that it won't work for, but I haven't ran any of those yet, and there'll be a list of computers on the site I'm going to take you to that will tell you if your computer works. Even if your computer's on there it says it doesn't work, try it anyway, because sometimes we found that it still will work even though it's on the list that says it doesn't. Alright, I am on my login screen, 11:05, not terrible, but as you'll see, even after I get logged in, it's going to take even longer still to be able to get on the internet, get your browser open, just because with Windows computers, they give updates, but the hardware inside of it is old, so you're trying to operate more power on an older system, and it slows things down. Even if you've manufactured reset your computer before and started over, yeah, it'll speed it up a little bit, because I've done that a couple times. See, I logged in, now it's having me do it again. There's just a lot of issues with Windows computers as they age that I'm not really fond of, and I don't think anyone out there is fond of it, because I don't know anyone that wants to wait, 15-20 minutes to be able to get on the computer and do maybe one or two simple tasks. I know I don't. I've been using my phone for most everything I do, but there's a few things. I manage the church website, and that is not built to use an app, so you have to use a computer, and it takes forever to do things on this computer in the Windows part. But since I downloaded the Chrome OS and started using it, it works super fast. You won't even know this is an old computer running on the Chrome OS. So I clicked the internet browser. We'll see how long it takes for it to pull up. It's 11:06 right now. I just tried filming this video a minute ago, and I was down to the last 5 minutes whenever I was going to show you how the Chrome works on it, and YouTube shut down. So I'm doing it again. If you guys don't want to watch how slow this computer is and you just want to get to how to do this on your computer, obviously fast forward, get to that part, and I will be showing you how to download it, how to install it on your SD stick, how to change your boot menu so it will boot from an SD stick instead of your hard drive. And again, that's super simple. It's literally basically 2 steps to do that, and you don't have to be a coder or no computers in any depth. It will work just fine for you. I haven't done this on a Mac computer, but it can be done on Mac computers too if you have an old one. Another thing awesome about Chrome OS is you don't have to worry about viruses, because the way it's built, everything is through their cloud. So whereas on a Windows computer, if you get a virus that can come in and attack your computer and mess up a bunch of things in there, well, you don't have to have a virus protection with Chrome OS, because it's not operating on your system, it's operating in the cloud. If your computer on the Chromebook ever does have issues, all you have to do is power wash it. And what they mean by that is there's a setting on there that you can basically reset it to manufacturer settings. And whenever you log back in, it's not like, oh my gosh, everything I had on there is now gone, because it's all saved in the cloud. So everything you had is still there after you log in. It's just whatever was causing your computer to have issues is now gone. By doing it with this SD stick, you can't power wash because it's not on the actual computer, it's on the stick. But if you ever run into issues, which I haven't yet, all you have to do is take a SD stick again and reinstall it on the SD stick and plug that in, and you're good to go. So it's trying to pull up the browser. I use Google Chrome, which is another strange thing. Anytime I use Internet Explorer on my Windows computer, even though Microsoft has Windows, they're the Internet Explorer browser. If I use Internet Explorer on this computer, it crashes it every time. So I've been using Chrome on this for a long time, and it's worked great. I use it on my phones. I like it because it's easy for all devices. Links together. I know Microsoft has the same capabilities, but in my opinion, it's just not as user friendly. So we're in here. You're going to go to neverware.com, and I'll have the links in the description below so you can click them. And if you are liking what you see, want to do this to your computer, but you're not sure that you'll be able to do it, you can contact me. I'll help you. I'll walk you through it. If you don't want to be walked through it, you just want me to do it for you, you can buy an SD stick and I can download the stuff on it and give it back to you, or I can buy one and you can pay me back and download everything onto it. Or you can even bring your computer to me. I'll do everything, make sure it works on your computer, and then give it back. But it's super simple. I wish I would have known about this a long time ago. But so we're on Neverware. This is what you'll see. It kind of talks a little bit about it. Tells you what you need. Again, you need an 8 or 16 gigabyte SD USB stick. It'll say you can use an SD card, but you cannot, because you cannot boot your computer from an SD card. You can download this software to an SD card, but it's not going to help you on running your computer on it. So I've used SanDisk, USB flash drives. They work just fine. It'll recommend you to use something besides SanDisk because they say they've had issues. I've only had that issue once, and it was on a 64 gigabyte SanDisk. I've done it several times with other SanDisks. Works just fine, no issues. Here it will say it takes 20 minutes for installer creation. To download this, yes, it'll take about 20 minutes, but whenever you get into the USB part where it's actually putting it on here, that supposedly will take 45 minutes. It took me about 2 hours, but I'm only getting 25 megabytes of internet speed where I live right now. So if you have faster internet, it probably will take the 45 minutes or even less. But you'll click download USB maker. It'll start downloading it. And I'm not going to do that because I already have it on my computer. It'll ask you a couple times for permission to do things on your computer. Always accept that. It's not actually going to be changing stuff on your computer. You're giving it permission to download this file to your computer, basically. After you get that, you'll want to go to the Chrome web store. And I already have it bookmarked, so I'm just going to click on my bookmark real quick. And when you're in the Chrome web store, you just type it in the browser, it'll pull it up, click it. Then you'll have a search bar and you'll want to type in recovery utility. So I don't know if you've seen it for a second, there was a search bar there, but hopefully you can see that Chromebook recovery utility. You'll launch the app. Sorry. So launch. You'll want to have your SD stick plugged in already, or you can plug it in while this is coming up. It doesn't have to be in just yet. And it's going to say you'll need an 8 gigabyte or larger USB flash drive or SD card. Again, don't use an SD card because you can't boot your computer from the SD card. There might be some computers out there you can, but most of them you're going to have to use an USB stick, flash drive. It'll say get started. Don't click get started, okay? Because what this program is doing is you're basically creating a recovery for your Chromebook, but this isn't a Chromebook, so it's not going to do anything. We have just downloaded from Neverware the software so you can have Google Chrome. So you're going to click the gear up here. So again, click the gear, and then you're going to click local image. And then it might take a bit to pop up, just because again I'm still using this on the old system right now because we're not actually in the Chrome system. It took a little bit earlier whenever I did this to pop up, so we'll give it a second. I don't know if you guys can see my little knickknacks here. My daughter, she makes little toys and paints things for me, so that's like my little knickknack shelf. Also, I created this channel to show people cool tricks and hacks and things that I find useful and good. So check out my other videos, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything I post. I will, anything I find automotive, electronics, I'll do some cooking recipes. Anything I find that other people could use or might like, I'm going to post on here and just share it with you so you guys can be on it too. So that's what I hate about older Windows computers, is whether you're on the internet or you're just trying to do things internally, it takes forever. Also, whenever you have one of these USB sticks, and let's say your computer's not completely dead like mine, and you still want to use a Windows program, you can. Just simply shut your computer off, unplug your SD stick, start your computer up, and it'll start up just like a Windows computer always has. Okay. So it'll pop up, it'll show your downloads, and I don't know if it's going to take forever to pop up this time or what. Every time I use my computer it's different, but I'll go to you and show you what it looks like. Excuse me. So if I go to downloads, if you can see this right here, you'll have Cloud Ready Free 83.4.27. You'll click that, open it, and it will take you back to this. After you click get started, it'll ask you if this is your SD stick you want to use in case you have multiple ones plugged in. Select the one that you want to use, and it will take you where you need to go. Sorry if you hear the dogs, someone just arrived. First video shut down, and now we got dogs barking, so we'll get there eventually. But anyway, after that, gets everything installed on here. Again, that might take 2 hours, 45 minutes, don't know. Just let it go. If you feel like it's stuck, just keep letting it go. It will go through. Then afterwards, it'll give you a green check mark, say confirmed, congratulations, it's installed. And then you just exit out everything like I did. We'll shut your computer off again. You can shut off, restart, either one. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to try to get into the booting system. And to get into the booting system, you have to start it over. And a lot of times to get into that, it's just F2. You can try a different button. If it's not working, Google it and find out what button or how to get into your booting system on your computer. But F2, sometimes they want you to completely shut your computer off and hit F2, hold it down while you're turning it on. Others, you just tap it, like mine. I'll have to tap it here in a minute. And since this computer's so old, it takes forever, and I'm not going to let you sit here and watch that, but I'm going to hard shut it off, and that is hard on the computer, but I'm not going to make you sit here for the whole thing. So I shut it off, I'm going to turn it on. As soon as this pops on, I'm going to start hitting F2. So now it says entering setup. Here is how you will change it to boot from an external. So you'll see there, go over to boot. Then right here it has first, second, third boot priority. You'll go to, your first one will be optical disk, and then it'll be hard drive, and your third one will be external device. You'll want to move that external device up to 1, as you can see I already have. And over in this area, it will show you how to do that by using your arrows, select enter. After you move it to the first drive, you'll want to click F4 to save, or whatever your computer says is the save button to make sure it's saved. And then I'm going to click escape, because exit without saving. I'm going to say yes because I've already done it, but you will say no because you need to save first if it asks you that. Okay, and now the computer is going to boot up again. And I'm going to shut it down because, again, I've already done that. You don't need to see it. It'd be better if you let it get to that login screen before you shut it down, because it's, again, easier on the computer. Put your SD stick in your USB spot wherever you want it. Some computers have multiple spots, but it doesn't matter which one you plug it into. I'm going to start it up, and unless me hard shutting that down messed it up, which sometimes it does, like I said, it's better to go to your power button on the screen. It should start right up into Chrome, and it should be a lot faster. You'll have a black screen for a minute, and then it'll go to Cloud Ready. If this black screen hangs out for a while, hard shut it down again. You won't always have that issue. You only have that issue if you hard shut it off like I did. And again, it should probably already be there by now. So I'm going to power it off again. It goes completely off. I'm going to unplug it, plug it back in. This doesn't happen after you've done it the first time. And it probably won't happen if you let it get to the screen. But again, for the video purposes, I'm not going to let it get all the way there because that's just wasting up time. We'll start it up, see if it goes on in there. And there you go. Every time you start a computer, it'll be that fast. So it says Cloud Ready, and then here in a minute, it'll go into my login screen. And I'm going to show you my actual Chromebook at the same time so you can see the differences in them, which is not much. So this will say Cloud Ready, a Chromebook will say Chrome, and that's because Neverware is the one that takes the software system from Chrome and makes it available for you to download on other devices. So it's pulling up. Right here it's got my login screen. See if I can get this a little closer for you. Okay, so let me log in. I'm going to log in on my Chromebook too. And look, we're in. And you can change it to where it doesn't start out where you left off, but I'm already in the internet. If you don't like it popping up to the internet when you first get on, you can change that in your settings. But as you can see, here's a Chromebook, here's a Windows computer using Chrome OS. They look almost identical, and you know, that took maybe a minute to get in. If I want to go to internet, boom, it's right there. It didn't take forever like being on the Windows system. Again, on my Chromebook itself, everything's fast, everything works good. Let me go to a site real quick, and boom, it's there. It doesn't take forever to loading and loading and loading. And there you are. And you can add multiple users to it. If you've seen, my daughter's school account's on there for her to use on this computer. The only thing you can't add on a Chrome Cloud Ready program like we just showed you how to make is a child's account that's ran through the family link. It's not supported with third-party companies, and this is technically a third-party company that's taken the Chrome OS and made it available to you, and so that's not available. But if their child's account is ran through a school, have an administrator supervising it, it will work on here, as my daughter's school account has, but her personal one ran through the family link does not work. Again, you don't have to worry about viruses. You don't have to worry about messing up your computer already if you like the Windows and you just want something a little faster every now and then. Because all you have to do when you're done is you will shut it off or sign out, whichever you want. But if you're wanting to get back into your Windows and do something on the Windows program, sign out, power it off, unplug your SD stick, and then turn your computer back on, and you're back into the Windows system that was already on the computer. So again, I found this really helpful. It helps people whose hard drives are bad, helps people whose computers are slow. Great way to get around it without having to buy a new computer. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, Drew in the 417. Have any questions, leave some comments, and I'll try my best to help you out. So have a good day, guys.